Good morning and welcome to my live stream. You're here to fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. Now, it looks like we're having a little problem with our Facebook pages connecting with this live stream. So, hopefully, it'll be fixed. And that is from one of my 7 Facebook pages. Relatives Fight CPS seems to be a problem. So, hopefully, that will be fixed. But this is a live stream that's put on to you every day at 10 o'clock, Monday through Friday, and on the weekends at 8 a.m. And we um, have an evening live stream, Fight CPS and Stop Taking Our Children. That's at 7 o'clock, and that's 7 nights a week. 7 nights a week. 7 evenings a week, I shouldn't say nights. So the times I give you are all Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast of California. That's where I broadcast this live stream live from a place called Surf City, USA. And in Surf City, USA, I'm 3 blocks from the ocean. So I'm not that far. I'm a stone step from the ocean. I can see the ocean. So that's nice. That's nice. And the ocean is my life. I live and breathe. And if I don't get wet, then my gills dry up. Anyway, I'm here to help you with your CPS matter. I also will talk about APS, which is Adult Protective Services. That's come up recently because there have been reports of one child so far at 19 being caught up in APS, and then 3 mothers um, and grandmothers, I should say. Adult Protective Services takes care of our people that are 18 and older. Most of the time, it deals with elderly people that can't care for themselves, but it's also special needs children, children that have special needs that may be lost in this world that we have. You know, there's a lot of homeless children, a lot of wayward children, and, you know, it's sad. It is really sad because they don't have a mother and father that appreciates them or cares for them. So they turn to homelessness, to drift, to go to places and be picked up and put into very terrible situations. Um, you know, families is so important. I really want to emphasize families. We just had a tragic thing to happen yesterday. I know it's on everybody's mind, but seeing a man who may be, outspoken, just like a lot of the politicians are, was shot and killed at a school. That's the 47th shooting at schools since January 1st. That's horrible to think there's that many shootings taking place. Um, it is a hard thing to deal with because he leaves behind his wife, who's very, very young, and they have 2 children, one barely a year old, a boy, and a girl. And it is sad to say that this particular family will not have a father to grow up. The kids won't remember the father. And that's the sad part. You know, we always emphasize families here on this show. You are my family. A lot of you become my family because you come on here regular basis. I got to know you firsthand. From Leica in South Africa, the Northwest Province, to Cassandra and Ostanego, New York, to KK Richardson in Brooklyn, New York, to Carrie Sampson up in Wilmington, Delaware. I could go on and on. Diane in Illinois. Um, I've talked to so many people. I've talked to every state in the United States. I've also talked to even Washington, D.C. Yes, there was a mother that, in the hands of the government, was raped twice. It's sad what parents and single moms single dads go through. The gentleman up in Alaska that lost his wife and tried to get his kids back, and he had pitched the tent in the snow in Alaska, and he tried to keep warm in his tent. I mean, his tent didn't really have a lot. Anyway, um, there's Christina Reynoso in Las Vegas, Nevada, who's done so much for this show. I really appreciate it. And good morning, Vanessa Rodriguez. I would like to chat with you about my CPS case, and I'm glad you're here because that's what I'm all about. In fact, I need to put in the format. We have a format if you want to chat or text a message. I love you that text a message and ask me either a question or make a comment about CPS or APS, Adult Protection Services. And I call the Child Protection Services CPS. Now, CPS can mean a lot of things. It can be the Child Protection Services, but it's the system, the Child Protection System. Anyway, I'm glad that you're here, Vanessa. And you've already stated your name. All I need to know is the city or the county and the state you're from. And you're from outside of the United States, your country. And then you can start with your case from the beginning to the end. Oh, I dropped something. I'm trying to locate it. Oh, well, anyway, Vanessa, what part of the world are you from? And a warm welcome about your CPS case. We have Vanessa Rodriguez in the home here, in the house. Now, so let's talk about family members in here. We have Dorothy from North Carolina, Bruce from North Carolina. We have Faye Manley from Richmond, Kentucky, a very, very wonderful lady that's gone through so much in her life. Oh, well, Vanessa, if you can tell me what it is, I'll gladly help you. I'll gladly talk to you. Now, besides texting a message, either a question or a comment about CPS or APS, we have countries that listen in. We have countries that listen in. I have 23 countries, including the United States. Now, Vanessa says she lives in Hewitt, Minnesota. This is regarding my boyfriend's case currently. So I guess her and her boyfriend must have a child together. I've dealt with CPS in the past and lost after a long battle. I'm so sorry to hear that. But yeah, my boyfriend has trial tomorrow for his children and was just hoping to get a little bit of advice before going in. Well, I'll try to do my best. I'll try to do my best to give him advice. The first thing is this, what is this case for? Is this to discuss your plan, your reunification plan, or is this a safety meeting to decide whether children will remain or whether the children will be taken from his custody? What is this case tomorrow so that I can help you. What is this case before I can help you? And so you've dealt with CPS. How many children did you have that were involved in CPS? And do you and your boyfriend have a child? Or does your boyfriend have children with another woman and he is the caregiver of those children? There's a lot of questions that I have. And in order for me to help you, I need a little bit more information. I know it's hard, Vanessa, to talk about this because it brings up, your scars and your pain and suffering when you had to deal with your children there. So I'll wait for your response. I'll wait for your response. I wait for your response as I roll the dice that you come up that I come up with the right answer. So I roll the dice. I roll the dice. I roll the dice. There we go. Okay. Well, it looks like I gotta wait. It looks like I gotta wait. Um, is it possible to make? Yes, that is another way. Let me jump to my phone number. Please call me, Bob Pace, at 626 698 0990. I'll make sure the phone is ready for your call. My phone number is on, and um, says I'm missing 4 calls. Good morning, and this is Bob Pace on his live stream. Who do I have the pleasure of talking to?
Hi, this is Vanessa Rodriguez.
Oh, hello, Vanessa. Glad to meet you from Minnesota. What part of Minnesota are you in? What's your city or county?
Hewitt.
Hewitt.
Hewitt, Minnesota.
Okay, that's Hewitt County.
It's just a small little town. It's
Okay.
actually Wadena County, considered Wadena.
Okay. All right. And so that I can understand, Vanessa, what the whole situation is that um, you have children in another CPS case. Is that what it is?
I have had a CPS case in the past. It's been a few years now that I lost that battle with. I did share my story on here a while back with you.
Okay.
But yeah, I did end up getting my rights terminated for my children, and yeah, so it's just been a long battle with that. But now my boyfriend's dealing with CPS, and he's not very well equipped for it, I feel.
Well, no one is. No one is. No one is.
It's like he was going to try to represent himself at first, and then, it's kind of one of those things. The CPS, I feel like you definitely need a lawyer to represent you. So he ended up having to get a public defender, which public defender that they gave him is probably one of the worst public defenders in this county. So,
well, the problem is with public defenders and court appointed attorneys, this is also for my listeners out there. They're not trained in the areas of juvenile law, dependency law, or family law. Those are the 3 areas of law that CPS works in. They're mostly trained in criminal law. This isn't a criminal matter unless it's been brought as a criminal matter by a civil matter, by a misdemeanor or a felony. But he's been charged by the child protection system there in the county of, you said Waimea or Wyatt?
Wadena, W-A-D-E-N-A.
Okay, would Dina. And that CPS entity may be a bad one. We don't know. I say it's a
Right.
50-50 chance that you're going to encounter a bad one. I've had
Oh.
2,600 people in the last 23 months talk to me, and I'm one of those that had a very corrupt
Mhm.
uh, child protection system. It was called Child Protection Services. And I know everybody
Yeah.
has different names, but anyway, this CPS
Yeah.
entity
CPS.
was
Yeah.
very corrupt and took my children that weren't in danger. They're in school. They weren't in danger. And
Right. Yeah.
like a fool, I allowed them in my home. I allowed them to talk to me. I even gave up my children freely, which I should never have done. All of you are
Right.
listening out
Well,
there.
I mean,
You don't have to give anybody up. You don't have to open up your home. You can be quiet and wait for them to
yeah.
leave a
See, and that's why it
card.
gets so complex when it comes to
Yeah,
CPS. Though.
right.
Like
I
when
know
I'm
it
yeah,
does.
like
But you need to get an attorney. And that is the magic
yeah.
thing about it. Because if you're accused by CPS, you're entitled to it. So if I saw
See,
CPS outside, I would sit there and say, is this a legal matter? If they say yes, it is,
mhm.
I say, well, I can't speak to you further until I get my attorney present. I'll get back to
So
you.
what what rights do you have then? Because he has 50-50 split custody. His children got taken from their mother, and the accusations are all made on the kid's mother, but they
Okay.
also aren't allowing him. They're making him do the whole CPS run around, and
Yeah,
um.
they will
But the thing
because
is like she admitted to her allegations, but I don't understand. Like they asked him in court, like, do you want to admit or deny or whatever? Like, what is he admitting to? Because there's no allegations against him, so there's no other option but to take it to trial. I guess I don't know how that works, but
well, no, he should admit
anyway,
nothing. He should admit nothing because if he did nothing, he shouldn't admit
right,
anything. And
right. So I don't know. Like he has trial tomorrow, but I mean, I feel like it's a touchy subject. It's like
what
I
kind of
don't
a trial is it?
want
What kind of a trial is it?
it's just well, I mean, I guess they have to prove their allegations. I guess. I mean, I don't understand because the
Are
allegations
they
were against his mom,
are
so I
they
don't know how
talking
he stepped
about
into that. But
a reunification plan? Are they talking about a terminating his rights?
no, they haven't. It's only like within like they have so many months or whatever when they open up the investigation. It's only like on the second month, I believe. So,
Okay.
but he wants it to be like if there's nothing that I did wrong, then you should return my children to me.
Well,
You know.
he's got to
So,
prove that in court. If the trial tomorrow is a trial
mhm.
to determine the children should be taken from him and no reunification. Now, I don't know.
Or
Go ahead.
they might make him have to work the CPS case,
Well,
but
that is if he's going to use a court appointed attorney, that's the only choice he has. If he had a real attorney,
yeah,
he could fight it. But what he should do is tell them, I'm not guilty, but I'll do anything that CPS asks me to do. Or the court, he should
mm-hmm.
make sure he says not CPS, but the court asks him to do. Tell him, I'm not
Okay,
guilty. I can't afford a real attorney and
mm-hmm.
I'll do anything. But the problem is, he's got to tell his court appointed attorney because he can't speak in court. When you're
Right
represented by
now, but
legal
he has
matter,
attorney. Yeah,
when he either fires the attorney and does pro se, he can fight it himself and talk to the judge, or he tells his court appointed attorney that I'm not guilty and I'll do anything that the court asks me to do.
yeah, and he wanted to represent himself pro se
He can,
initially.
he can. Why didn't he?
I just well, see, like he's not used to like the court system necessarily, even like and
Well,
how
you're
they work. So like,
guilty in
when he asks
CPS.
questions, he
You're
kind of,
guilty, and yeah, he doesn't know the law enough to administrate him through the. You see, the judge is a referee. The social workers are represented by what's called the plaintiff attorneys, and then the children's attorneys are represented individually. I don't know how many children he
yeah,
has. Four.
he has two.
Okay. Are there two attorneys, one for each child?
No, they have the same.
Typically, they
They're
don't.
with his mom right now, and
Well, that's a good sign. I'd rather have him with his mom than in foster care.
right, yeah, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that um, I guess like so he's just gonna go to court basically and say that he's not gonna admit to the allegations that are placed
He shouldn't talk
on
about the mother
yeah,
at all. He should not talk about the mother at all. He needs to talk about himself. He needs to think about
right,
himself.
yeah,
The mother is out of the picture. Okay. The children have
right,
been
yeah.
taken
She
from
already
her.
admitted to it. They're making her do all this, go to treatment and stuff. But he's sitting here like, well, how do I fit into this? And
Well,
then like
what you do
if he
is
says anything about the kid's mom, I feel like they might try to hold it against him as far as like
he
his
shouldn't
mom and
discuss the
like
kid's mom at all. He should say, I'm not, he should tell his public defender, I'm not guilty. I want you to ask the court what I need to do to get custody of my children again.
okay, yeah,
It's real
yeah. Because and
simple.
then
It's real
if he
simple.
didn't take it to trial, so like he would have just had to enter and admit. Oh, I don't, and that would have like I don't know what the difference would have been because he has been complying with social services, but they just keep wanting him to do all these things, and they keep saying like, oh, we'll do this and this and this, and like he's like, well, why can't my kids be with me? You know?
Well, he has to understand one, he doesn't have a real attorney. So that's why the kids can't be with him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real attorney works for CPS. He's got to understand, you need to tell
Yeah.
your boyfriend that attorney does not work for you. You need to make that attorney work for you by asking him
Yeah.
or her that you're not guilty of anything, but you want to have
Yeah.
your children back. So you do what the judge, only what the judge says, not what social
Orders.
workers
Yeah.
think. There'll be an
Yeah.
order by the judge, and you
Yeah. And I
follow
feel
that.
like
And
at
if they
that
had tell
point,
you to take a drug,
like
okay,
if
go
they
ahead.
looked at it and like if the judge is looking at it as far as like he didn't do anything wrong, then I don't know if there should be a reason as to why he would have to continue to not have his children home.
Well, he won't have the children home until he completes the judge's orders. You want, okay, here's the terminology he wants to use the buzzwords. I want reunification with my children. I'm not guilty. You could tell the court appointed attorney to say he is not guilty, but wants reunification with his children. He will do whatever the judge orders to do. If he's ordered to do drug follicle tests, or if he's ordered to do a drug treatment play test or domestic violence or any other classes or anything, he'll do it. He wants visitation. Now, another thing he has to say besides reunification and do what the judge orders, he wants visitation. He wants visitation.
Yeah.
And if the visitation is a uh, uh, a representative, they're watching him.
Before getting them home.
Yeah,
Too.
it is a step before you get him home. He can't go there. He has to put up with the terrible system. That system is really bad. It's very corrupt.
Yeah.
It's all about money, and they don't care. And in a small town, they still don't care because they have power.
No.
You see, when Congress in 62 mandated that every county create in social service a department within social services to protect our children from neglect and abuse, that gives people power. And I hate to say it, one of the bad things about social workers is they're power hunger people. They don't get paid very much, but they're given the power, the control power, just like a policeman is given control power. And right. And believe me, there is a lot of things working against a successful social worker. You won't find a social worker that doesn't have problems themselves because no one wants that job. No one wants the job of seeing the true neglect and the true abuse of children. It happens. There are 1,000 cases every day that go unreported of children being abused severely are neglected. It is happening out there.
Yeah.
But there's also 50% of the reports made by professional people about abuse, neglect that are false. That means CPS is 50%. It's like it's like Russian roulette, where you have a gun with one bullet in the chamber and you spin the chamber and then you fire the gun and you hopefully it doesn't go off and they hold it to your temple. It's a stupid thing, but I try to have people acknowledge how severe CPS is. They're not your friend, they're not your
Right.
family. They love to intimidate parents. There's a case of
Mm-hmm.
the pink ladies in Prescott, Arizona. No, they weren't pink and they weren't fighting breast awareness. They bought pink t
No.
shirts, and on the front of the t shirts, they had stenciled they're professional child kidnappers. And on the back, they put,
Yeah.
"Parents, do you know where your children are?" And they paraded around all the big stores in Prescott, Arizona. They were caught, they
Oh
were
wow.
fired, as well as the director. 9 people were fired. They left one person to handle the CPS um, agency there. So I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
they are corrupt. My social worker lied to my daughter. And
Mm-hmm.
because she lied on the stand, not my daughter, but the social worker, she was caught in perjury. And she was so embarrassed, she did
Yeah.
retaliation. She told our daughter, if you don't want your mom and dad, you divorce them, you change your name, you sue your birth certificate, get a new birth certificate, get a second social security card, and double dip from my retirement because I'm an older man and I get additional money to help out with children. And so she
Yeah.
was getting double dipped there. And then she got adopted by a foster care family that gave her everything. I had unfortunately lost a job after working 60 years through no fault of my own, and I had a heavy mortgage that I had to pay. And so I had to sell my home quick to get money to hire an attorney. So I'm trying to tell you is that your boyfriend, who you seem to love very dearly, and it's really nice you two have a relationship, you want to keep that
Mm-hmm.
relationship, but you don't want to fight the system unless you have an attorney. And if all you have money for now, if you have a home, you can sell it, or you have friends, you can take a loan or get some people. It's going to cost money. Now, in Minnesota, it may cost, I don't know, $5,000 for a retainer and $500 an hour for an attorney. Attorneys range from $200 to $1,000, and retainers can range from 5,000 to 50,000 starting out.
Yeah.
Now, if you want a top-notch
I know.
attorney, I can send one there to Minnesota, but it will cost you a lot of money because you got to pay for the airfare, the hotel accommodations, the transportation, and a license to do
Right.
law in Minnesota. He's the greatest attorney, and he does go to places. He goes to other states. But right now,
Okay.
since he doesn't have money for an attorney, he has to deal with what he has. He'll have a
Well, yeah,
court
and that's the thing.
appointed.
Like,
Yeah.
if he can represent himself, well, because I told him after he decided he kind of felt like he had no choice since he was going to trial, that he had to get somebody to represent him. Well, in court, they made it sound like they were like pushing it to
You know
make the
why they
point
do,
like
don't
you
you?
know what you're
You
doing,
know, you know what you're
if
doing.
you're
Yeah, if you they're pushed a court appointed attorney because they control them. They're the ones that hire them.
well, they just wanted him to just. I don't think they expected that he wasn't going to admit to the allegations because the allegations were on his kid's mom. So, like when he said he was going to enter denial and take it to trial, they were like, "Well, like, do you understand that like they're not allegations against you? Like, well, either way, I still have to make a decision, and I'm not going to, you know." And
Well,
he still has to work
he
and pay
made
his
the
kids'
right
tuition, so why
decision.
wouldn't
He made the right decision, but I'm telling you, use the word
Yeah.
reunification, do what the judge
Mm-hmm.
orders, and have visitations.
Yeah.
Those are the important things.
I told him that. I said
Yeah.
right away because it was on Zoom, and I was like, telling him like deny it for sure, like never admit that ever, because
Never.
then you're admitting to allegations, and then
They'll
they have
haunt
you
you for the
running
rest of
away,
your life. They'll haunt
and
your
they can do whatever
children.
they want with you.
Yes, exactly. If you're not guilty, you plead
And so,
not guilty.
right. I mean, like like, and even if you have like been guilty of some of the allegations, it's still sometimes almost easier to just deny it anyways, because CPS will stretch the truth and turn it over and do whatever they can to keep your children from you, you know? So like once you enter that admittance, then it's like, I just feel like it's all downhill from there, really. But,
Yeah.
so thankfully he did, and then I told him, you know, he wanted to represent himself, like I said, but I also did tell him though that he can tell his lawyer, even though she's a public defender, he can still tell her what he wants her to say and what he wants her to do.
Right. Let me say hello to the new member of the room here. Hold on 1 second here, Vanessa. Good morning, Mega Tabitha. Mega Tabitha is from Los Angeles County in California. Welcome, Megan. Welcome back. She's part of my family. Go ahead, Vanessa. I just had to recognize her.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead, Vanessa.
But yeah, I know that he can tell his public defender whatever he wants her to do, and he, you know, I guess if he was representing himself, he could say whatever he wants, but I think he can also tell his lawyer exactly what to do if he was knowledgeable about the steps, you know. But
right. Well, the steps is reunification, do what the judge orders you to do, whether it's taking parenting classes or programs such as drug treatment, or, I mean, even though he has not done any drugs, just go along with the flow. The longest one.
So if it's trial,
Mm-hmm.
what would happen after that then? Because
well, the judge is going to order. The judge is going to order. The judge is going to order reunification or not reunification. If he doesn't order no reunification, no visitations, the next step is going to be termination of parental rights. So you'll have to appeal.
There would be another court hearing after this trial.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can also appeal this court trial. You can appeal this court trial. You could appeal this court trial. You could appeal it.
Right. Yep. I appealed my case too, but I just didn't know, like, because I mean I still have PTSD for my case and like my trial, so I'm like, trial. Like,
yes.
Mine was like the trial, and then it was done, and then I lost.
Well, it's totally different because this trial, this trial isn't done with his peers. He could ask for a jury trial. Some states do it, but most of them don't. I think Texas does jury trials.
Right, not for CPS at all.
Well, maybe not for CPS, but he could ask for it. He could say he's not guilty and he wants family. He's not guilty. He wants a jury trial. The judge can say, we don't do jury trials. And you say, fine, I want family reunification and I want to do whatever you order me to do so. But he's got to tell his attorney, and he has to dog his attorney. That attorney's got to work for him. He's got to make that attorney work for him.
Request a new attorney?
He can request another court-appointed attorney. He goes to the public defender's office in that courthouse, in where the courtroom's located. He locates the public defender's office. He says, I wish to replace my public defender because he isn't doing his job. He or she's not doing his job. You can request that. But that's going to delay it further. Has he even tried this attorney yet? How does he know this attorney won't do what he asked?
It's a small town, like I said.
Okay. Give it a chance. Give it a chance for the court-appointed attorney, because the court-appointed attorney wants his case over with. So if he says, I'm not guilty, I want family reunification, and I'll do whatever the judge orders me to do so, but I want visitations while I'm doing this. I want visitations. He's not making outlandish. He's not saying I want a child return home. I'm not this and that. He's going to say, I'm not guilty, but I want family reunification, and I want to do whatever the judge tells me to do. Yeah, it's cut and dry. It's simple. You don't want to get caught up in the gobbledygook. You don't want to talk too much. You don't want to talk too much because it hurts. It hurts.
Tell the judge that himself if himself. That it's that easy, right?
Yes, yes.
As far as his request. But if it gets, I know if it gets deeper than that, and they're trying to do what CPS always does and make allegations and whatever, then that's when a lawyer would definitely be necessary. But
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I really do. Um, it's a hard thing what you're going through with right now. It's a very
another
hard
thing
thing.
is that, so like, since I had gotten my kids removed from me, CPS is like being weird about it, kind of like with his children.
Wait, 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 wait. What do you mean they're being weird about it?
Well, like they are like acting as if like his children can't be around me just because I had my rights terminated 4 years ago. And I mean, they know nothing about me. I mean, I haven't spoke to them or dealt with CPS in like 4 or 5 years.
You don't
but,
want to
like,
bring up that his children are seeing you. You got to keep you out of the picture
mhm.
because you had a CPS case and you're found guilty. So you don't want the courts to know that you're seeing this man. This man does not need to discuss his relationship with you.
Right. No, we don't talk about it at all. Like,
Okay, that's what you got to do. You got it.
I know, but I do know that they
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is going to be hard, but he's got to play dumb. He's got to trick the courts and trick the CPS. He's being dumb. Most people will argue.
Really, like, not smart for him to like say he's associated with me.
No, he doesn't want to talk about you or you have other children because it's going to cause a gobbledygook. They may want to get more money from you.
Right.
It's all about money.
Well, and they definitely know me.
That's fine.
They know,
but don't show up at the courthouse with him. Don't show up at the courthouse with him.
It's the same judge that terminated my rights too.
Right.
So, like,
you don't want.
I wouldn't show up at the courthouse
Yeah.
either. But like, if they see me at his house or whatever, I was just wondering, just even for future reference, if that's like even something that.
Why would they see you at your house? You should never let him in the house. He's got to learn to say no to the social workers unless there's a warrant. Unless there's a well, that's not going to get his kids home. That's not going to get his kids home.
He wanted them to look at his house to make sure. He was basically saying, like, my house is safe. There you go. We got that out of the way. Now
that's fine. That's fine to go along with that, but that should be it. He shouldn't discuss or talk to him. I'm a bad person. I love to talk. And when I talk, I set myself up. And that's what hurt me was doing that. And so you shouldn't, he should make it simple. Here's my house. Take a look at it and say no more. Thank you for showing up. Goodbye. And that is all he has to say. He's got to be short with these social workers. He wants to say yes, no answers. He shows up, they explain to him, he says, yes, ma'am, and he's done with it. And he says, can I have a written plan in writing? Can I have the reunification plan in writing? Can I have the visitation plan in writing? If the judge orders it, he needs to see it in writing.
Yeah, and another thing, his kid's mom, when they went to court and she had entered an admittance, they brought up the fact that she had never signed a case plan yet. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That
yeah, it is.
Admitted to something and you don't even have a case plan written out.
Right.
That's usually the first step.
Well, the problem is most people want to try the fight on their own. They don't know CPS. If you have an attorney, it's a different story. I'm talking about a real attorney that knows how to fight CPS. Yeah. Yeah, Vanessa, that is.
Which I can compare because when your kids are gone, you're just like, I want my kids back now. I'll do whatever I can to hurry up and try to get them back. So you don't even like look into all those little details that people normally wouldn't know until they've been through it, like us. So, it's just kind of painful to watch it happen.
I'm sorry, yes.
Like, I wish I could have just jumped through the phone when she was during her court and tell her not, But, I mean, everybody's different, and maybe she needed the help or services, but
The main thing is he's got to
It's not always
separate. If the
beneficial.
mother has not signed the plan and it has the children taken away from her, he needs to break away from that relationship. He has a new relationship with you. It's very hard with
Hmm.
relationships. I know it's very, very hard. It sounds like
Right.
you're a very understanding woman. He's lucky to have you in his life. I don't know
Yeah.
if you feel the same, but anyway, it's very
Yeah, for
unpleasant.
sure. I mean,
And
I'm
so,
really good friend. I'm close to his kid's mom too. We get along great. But I mean, I don't really necessarily know all her details about her personal life, so maybe she did kind of need help, or maybe she was struggling. But scary situation when CPS is involved. So
yeah, I understand that. Someone just called in. I have to text a message.
oh yeah. Well, if I can, I will. I need. I was gonna. I'm busy at the moment, sort of. I just wanted to. I've been meaning to chat with you for the past couple weeks now. I just haven't had the time. But are you going to be on live again at 7? Right?
Yes, I will be, but you don't have to go yet because I still got about 13 minutes left of the show.
Oh, okay.
I'm not, I just, when people call in, they, I get, I have two phone lines. That's what the problem is. I have a phone line
Okay.
with my carrier, and then I have my office phone line, which is a streaming phone line called Vonage. So I actually have two
Mm-hmm.
phone numbers on my phone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I did try. I did try to call in. I called the 888 number,
Oh,
and then I also did call this
that's the
number too. Because
reception.
when I called this number at first, it was saying that you were unavailable.
I was probably on the call, or it was before 10 o'clock or after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
I mean, it all
Yeah, that makes
depends.
sense.
But anyway, I think you've found out um, how to call me, which is great.
Yeah. Um.
So here's the game plan. Let's go over it again so you understand it correctly. Okay? Are you hearing me?
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Ah, boy. Okay. Um, I wish my life wasn't so complicated at times. Um, you know what today is, don't you? I forgot what today is all about. You know what today is? Are you still there? Oh boy. I lost Vanessa, so I'm trying to call her back. Vanessa, if you can still hear me on the show, I lost you. I'm trying to call you back. Thank you, Mega, for uh, the cute little
I'm
ducks.
sorry. The person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye. you for calling Xfinity. This call may be monitored or recorded. For more information about our privacy practices, visit us at xfinity.com/privacy. If you know your party's extension, you may.
A lot of glitches. Well, Megan, how can I help you? Vanessa, can you call me back, Vanessa Rodriguez? Vanessa Rodriguez, I don't know what happened to you. I lost Vanessa Rodriguez from Minnesota. Yeah, I know sometimes the phones are problems. I have something here. Um, Vanessa, are you there? Vanessa. Oh boy. I lost Vanessa.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
Okay, I lost Vanessa. Um, Hopefully, she'll call us back. She has a really hard situation. Hopefully, you all learn something. Now, Megan says, "Hello, Vincent. I just came on to say hello and many positive outcomes." Well, thank you very much. My name is Bob Pace. I do this live stream for Vincent Davis. He has his own live stream, Megan, but that's okay. I'm glad you said hi. I want to tell everybody today is not only a remembrance of what happened yesterday of someone innocently being shot because of different political views, but today is the remembrance of 9/11. That's when someone struck the United States, just like in 1941 and December 7th in Pearl Harbor. When you strike the United States, it's wrong. And killing children is wrong. And going to schools and killing people. There's been 47 shootings. You know, this is so hard sometimes to talk because our children go through so much. I think what's happened with our children, they've been desensitized. They've been desensitized. Mean by that, they watched the Vietnam War for the first time on television. They saw shooting every day, every hour. It was like a reality. Then we had the age of computers with video games of shooting games. And kids have been shooting each other. We used to play guns like the old days of Indian and cowboys and stuff. But today, it's so vivid that people are desensitized. So they think the only way to settle agreement is to shoot somebody, a disagreement about something. Maybe they didn't like what the guy was preaching about. But the guy he's a family man. He's 31 years old. He has a young wife and two young children, a 1 year old boy, and I don't know how old this girl is, but they'll never know his dad. They'll never know him. And so I, really send my love out to all of you because you're doing the same thing with the CPS. You have CPS workers that are power hungry. 50% of them are bad. They want nothing more than to boost their chest because they have a job that they hate so much. It's a hard job protecting our children from abuse and neglect. A person who I never got to know named Nancy Schaefer, who's my age, was killed, murdered. They said it was suicide, but she was murdered to protect our children. She fought CPS, a senator from Georgia, Nancy Schaefer. Her children said they weren't that kind of people. He was financial, stable, and everything else. The whole thing doesn't make sense. And why this person that was shot because of a different political view, why our president's been shot so many times, that's not going to solve the problem. If you want to change government, then become involved, become a congressman, become a representative. If you want to change CPS, then you're going to have to be involved in government. You got to change it from within the government. We can sit here and beat our chest, hold rallies, and scream and yell and say it's not fair, but we can't make the changes. I tried with my CPS entity in Orange County. I tried to fight them. I fought the director all the way down to upper management. I got nowhere. They're evil. They're corrupt. I know firsthand. And what you are facing here in my live stream, no matter if you're from the United States or from South Africa, you're fighting corruption. It's all about money. It's money, 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 greed. We are such, it's interesting. The United States is one of the few countries I know that survive with money to take care of our people. And I don't know. We have a new president. Let him work. Let's support the new president. Let's get rid of the illegal aliens. I'm not against people coming here. We are immigrants, all of us, even the Native American Indians are immigrants. And we need to. Hello there, Bartley. Glad to hear from you. Good morning.
Sorry.
I'm sorry I got on different tangents about the recent two events, the 9/11 today and the recent event of a man that, you know,
Oh, I forgot it was 9/11 today.
yeah, a lot of people have forgotten it. Anybody that's
Oh
listening,
yeah.
this is Megan Bartley. Excuse me, this is Megan. I'm sorry. This is Bartley um, from Montana. And she has a horrible case and she is trying to fight it. Her companion has turned rogue. He's gone bad and trying to kidnap her son and take away all her money. She has a horrible CPS case and she's trying to fight it as best as she can. What's the latest, Megan? What's the latest, Bartley?
Okay, the latest is sorry about my throat. I gotta get it taken care of. But um, the latest is yesterday. The criminal attorney lawyer that's a private attorney, she called me and told me to write these 3 emails. And she told me exactly what to write, and I would like to read it to you. I only got one response from Emil, or no, what's their name, from the CPS public defender.
Go ahead.
Okay, the first one I sent was okay. Okay, this one I wrote before the public. I mean, before the private one told me. I wrote this one to the public defender. Hello, and I put her name. I have rights. The first one to acknowledge is his schooling. My son is a homeschooler, and Kelly said that they, meaning the system, said that they weren't allowed to do that. That is a flat out lie. I want my son pulled out of the public school system. His education and desk is all set up at home. Kelly and I talked about this a while ago. Please get back to me as soon as you can. Sincerely, Lisa. I didn't get nothing from that. Okay, then these ones are from the private
Can
attorney.
we stop there for a second? Can you stop there for a second? I wish you had kind of worded it because you're giving them orders. You can't give CPS orders. What you do is you can offer suggestions, but you can never do that because it puts up blinders. It puts up CPS angry at you because you're ordering them and they don't work for you. They work for money and they're corrupt. So what you need to do is that you're fine about saying that, but you need to say that you had set it up with the school district. Do you have a written letter from the school district that says you can homeschool your son?
I have all the laws. I don't have to report nothing till he's 7 years old.
Okay, that's what you should have sent them. You said that you had made
Okay.
arrangements, and you can still do this, but you need to be
Okay.
not attacking them. If you attack them, they're
Right.
going to fight back because they're corrupt.
Okay. The
Like
private
today,
attorney
I
was saying
just,
what you are saying.
yeah,
She was saying that to me, what you're saying. So
right.
she told me to read this. She told me to send this one to the new social worker and to the public defender. And these are not sounding demanding or nothing now. It says dear, and it's got the social worker's name. I'm writing you to ask for specific directions on exactly what I need to do to be in full compliance with the plan. Please get the new order to the plan. The transcripts from the judge regarding the judge's changes to the plan. Please advise Lisa Bullard.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
you see the difference of the tone there because your first
Uh-huh.
email was attacking CPS. They don't want to be.
Right.
And I just been saying to this show here, I just been saying on this show here to Vanessa, who has a boyfriend in Minnesota that has now been accused, I guess, the same thing that his former girlfriend with the children has now. But I said, if you're not going to get a real attorney and you're going to use the court appointed attorney, all you do is you state, I want reunification. I want to do whatever the judge orders me to do. I'm not guilty. You start off, I'm not guilty. I want family reunification. Or you don't say family. I want reunification with my children. And I will do whatever the judge orders me to do. Further, I want visitation. That's all you have to say if you're going to go with a court appointed attorney. And you tell your court appointed attorney, Lisa, that's what you want. That you want reunification. Okay, first you say to her, I'm not guilty. I want a reunification with my son. And I want to follow whatever the judge orders me to do. And lastly, I want to um, have visitation. And now you have your school and you want to go with what the school district has approved. If you have a letter that says your child does not need homeschooling until a certain age, but you're providing homeschooling, you just tell them, I have it set up, I have it arranged, I want to continue the homeschooling. You don't tell CPS what to do or take a height or antagonize them because they're going to beat their chest. They think they're Tarzan and that they can beat their chest and go against you. Okay?
And that one I just read to you, Bob, was to the social worker, and then the public, not the public, the private attorney told me to give a carbon copy to the public defender. Nobody's responded to that one. Okay, the next one I wrote to the public
Well,
defender.
then what you do is at day 2, you send the same email out. Day 3, you send it out till you get a response. Every day you send an email. Every day you do that. And you just say, the way you say your email the second time, he says, I sent you a previous email. Please acknowledge you got it. You don't even have to talk about it. Just say, please acknowledge you got it. I sent you an email yesterday at such a time. Please acknowledge it. If you don't hear from them today, do the same thing again tomorrow. If you don't hear from them on Friday, do the same thing. Then wait till Monday. And you keep doing this. Eventually, you have a track record. You have a paper trail so that your public defender can take that to court and say, here is email sent to a social worker refuses to acknowledge.
Okay. Now this one, though, Bob, the next one, this one is to the public defender, and the private attorney told me to write this to her. Okay, and this one I titled it. It's titled Reunification, and I wrote dear, and I put her name. This is what the private attorney told me to write. I'm requesting you to file motion for immediate reunification immediately before October 7th of 2025. Status hearing. Thank you, and then my name.
Why do you say immediate? Why do you say immediate? You're
That's what the private attorney told me to say.
Okay.
She's trying to really help me.
Okay. I'm just immediate is very antagonistic, but okay, do immediate. I'll go with the advice of the private attorney. Okay.
Okay. Then the public defender responded to this one today, and she said, "Hi. That is the next time the judge has available for a hearing. We will address these issues at this time."
Okay.
And that's not true, according to the private one. She said that no, they can have a hearing before that.
Well, then you need to very nicely say thank you to the public defender. You just say very nicely, that's not true. You can do such, you just explain it to them. Again, it's a series of emails. You may be repetitious till you get an answer. Now, if you got an answer back, you want to send a confirming email to them. You say, I got your email. It's my understanding that we cannot do anything until such and such a date. But that's where you can interlude very nicely, say, but we can do it ahead of time at such and such a date.
Okay, now there's one more one read you. The last one is the private attorney told me to write this one too. And this one is to the social worker and to the public defender. And she told me to write hello, and I put both so-and-so and so-and-so. And then she told me to write, I want to make sure that everyone knows that on October 30th, 2024, Mr. So-and-so, the biological father, raped me in front of our son. I made a report to Deputy so-and-so in Sanders County. Deputy so-and-so sent me to get examined at First Steps located in Missoula. Do like the rape kit. And then I wrote, Kelly drove me down there for the examination. Sincerely,
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's trying to move. I heard in Missoula, the biological dad, and get an apartment or something.
Yeah, he's trying to kidnap your child because he wants that money.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah. Okay, but thank you for telling me how to respond to that. And even talking to her, she kept telling me, "Hey, listen. See, like you were."
You're doing fine, Bartley. And I don't mean to be cutting you short, but I'm well after my time. You came in at the end of my show. In the future, can you come in at 10 o'clock or 7 o'clock during the weekdays?
Yeah, I was just working on my bedroom because I got to have it almost done.
Yeah.
The decluttering. So they told me that's the last room I got to do, so that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be on or come on tonight, then. Otherwise, I'm going to get back to work.
All right. I'll see you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob.
Yep. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye. Okay. I want to thank Bartley for calling in. She's getting close to getting her child back. Vanessa, who called in, who's helping her boyfriend, I want to thank her. Hopefully, Bartley and Vanessa can call me back tonight at 7. Megan, Tabitha, I thank you for your encouraging words, and I would like to see you again. You're part of the family. And also, if you have any questions for me. So thank you all. I got to end my live stream. I've run over the time, really big time. I need to cut it off at 11 o'clock. I'll be on at 7 o'clock tonight. 7 o'clock tonight. And please join me then. That's Pacific Standard Time. You guys have a great day. Do not give up fighting for your family or your child. That's so important that you don't give up. Come here for support. I will help you. I will encourage you. I'll tell you how to fight them with an attorney or without an attorney. I will help you. All right. I'm here to help you. I'm on twice a day. So God bless you all. There'll be a video after I sign off. God bless the guy, Charlie Kirk, who unfortunately was taken off at age 31. May he rest in peace. He's a good man. He has received the highest award that the country can give him. He died for our country and for his political beliefs. Also, I want to God bless all the people from the 9/11 that lost their lives on September 11th. That was a very tragic, tragic time. And I want to thank them. And God bless all the generations of people since then. And also, not to forget, 1941, December 7th, in Pearl Harbor, as our sailors slept in their bunks and people were asleep. I want them not to forget either. Everybody is dying for our freedom. Believe in our country, we can fight CPS, but you got to get involved. You got to become involved in government. And you also got to say very little to them. Anyway, I need to go. So I'll see you guys later tonight. Listen to the video. This is Bob Pace.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last one.